What is going on, guys? Today I'm at an all freshwater bayou and the water's very high right now. We've been getting a lot of rain. It's looking very promising because I'm seeing a lot of activity on top of the water. So let's get some lines out and see if we can catch some fish. Okay guys, we're coming up to the first spot where I want to drop a jug line. It's right under this tree right here. I've caught a lot of catfish here in the past, and I've actually caught the biggest snapping turtle I've ever seen in my life. If anyone has seen the alligator snapping turtle that is at Bass Pro Shops in Denham Springs, it was close to that size. I caught it on a treble hook on the bottom, and I pulled it into the boat. I'll show that picture here. And it literally was so strong that it almost pulled me out of the boat while I was trying to grab it by its tail. So there's a good chance we'll catch one here. I've caught a couple of them in this exact spot. So let's hope we don't, but if we do, it happens. But if we do, we'll just cut the line because I'm not using treble hooks today. I'm using circle hooks. So here we go. First jug going down. I actually found this jug line piled up with a bunch of trash in Lake Maurepas, and it was completely abandoned. So I tied a new hook on, and yeah, I don't know if it'll float that well, but we'll see. Let's see. Yeah, this should be good. All right, we got one down. Let's go drop another. Dropping down the second jug line. I only went down a little ways because over here there's a lot of trees. I know there's a lot of catfish. The odds of catching a gar on these jug lines is not very high considering I'm using single hooks, but there is a possibility. So I got on 300-pound braid for the leader just in case. And this is a cut mullet. So I'm gonna throw this guy out. It's slightly off the bottom, so we're gonna throw it out and see if we can get a bite. Man, I got mullet poop all over me. I'm just using a big Clorox bottle as a jug line. So if you got any old bottles or pool floats, you can put a PVC pipe through it and use that as a jug line. Oh guys, this isn't something you wanna see. This is probably the biggest gar I've ever seen in my life, dead. Trying to get to it so y'all can see. He obviously has a bow fishing wound. So, stop. I hate when people do that. Oh my gosh, that's only half the fish, guys. I'm gonna tie a rope to this thing. Oh my gosh. This is huge. Let's tie a rope to this guy. I'm gonna dock here and try to pull this fish out of the water. Holy shit. That's only half the fish. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. Well, honestly, I'm gonna chalk that one up to old age. That is probably a 7-foot fish, so don't know if those are bow fishing wounds. That could be anything. But yeah, rest in peace to that humongous gar in this tiny little creek. So also, let's go see if we can catch one that size. Finally made it to the spot, and usually right here it's about a 6-foot drop, but today the water meets the land evenly. There's no drop off or anything, so it's gonna be easy to get a fish up, but it's very slippery, so it's gonna be hard not to fall in. But this is the bait we're starting off with. It is a gross, very old, frozen many times mullet. I'm putting that on a 1-aught live bait hook, and I'm gonna throw that out a little bit into the current and then stop the line so it can slowly come out of the current and stay right next to it. I'm gonna do that with 2 of my rods, and then I'm also gonna throw out a cut mullet, a smaller piece of cut mullet on the bottom. And guys, regarding that dead gar, I'm gonna chalk it up as old age. I mean, that was a massive fish, and there was holes all over it, and it had a missing head. So I think it just died, and the turtles and other gar and gators or whatever started eating it. So I'm not too worried about that one, but it does upset me to see dead gar a lot of times because I find them either bowfish and thrown up on the bank or caught on rod and reel and then just like beaten for no reason. So they are native fish, and I hate to see them killed like that. So I release all the gar I've ever caught in my life except for 2 that I ate. I just saw a gar the size of the one that we found dead right there. I don't know if you guys see that giant wake, but it came up and it gulped a huge pocket of air. So I'm excited to say the least. Holy smokes. So I reeled in my spinning rod, and I'm gonna put this hook on this rigging floss, which I put through a different piece of mullet. The rigging floss allows for the hook to be exposed, which results in greater hookups in the gar. And I actually learned this technique from Catching Dinosaurs on YouTube and Instagram. Y'all go check them out. What you do is you twist it and you put it back under, you twist it again, put it back under, and you can do that as many times as you want or as little as you want, depending on how much space you want in between the hook and the bait. Usually the farther away the hook, the greater chance that the fish is going to swallow the hook, so you don't want that no more than an inch away from the bait. So we're going to get that guy out there and see if we can get a bite. All right guys, there was another right there, and what I'm figuring out is that they are in this moving water. The water's moving down that way, and so if there's just, I don't know if I can get my bait into that and have it stay still without going all the way down the bayou, but I'm not too worried about it because I saw one right over there a few minutes ago and my cork is right there. And this one, I think that was the same fish, the first fish that we saw. So if we can get that cork right there and stay there, that'd be perfect. All right guys, we're gonna throw around this little red and white rattle trap for a little bit and see if we can get a bite. I used to catch all my gar when I was younger on pencil jerk baits or rip baits, or whatever you want to call them, but I used to love those a lot because they had 3 treble hooks. So basically anywhere the gar bit the bait, they would get hooked. But in recent times, I've seen on social media especially people using these saltwater rattle traps that are apparently really good, so we're gonna give it a go. All right guys, once again, there's 4 right there. I think that was the same gar. We got something. Oh no. Oh man. All right guys, we're pulling up. Oh, yep. Oh, we got something, What do we got? Oh yeah, blue cat. There we go. First fish of the day. Blue catfish. Awesome. Finally. All right, should we keep them? Should we let them go? All right guys, we're gonna go ahead and let this dude go. Finally, after 6.5 hours, we got a fish, so let him live another day. Here we go. It is the next morning and I'm doing the same routine this morning. I'm putting out 2 jug lines. I'm gonna head down and get out some rods, and I got a big gizzard shad for bait today. So no more old dead mullet. We got fresh bait. So let's go ahead, set that out and see if we can catch some fish. Well guys, it wasn't easy to get up here, but we're up here. So let's go ahead and get this shad out. Look, I'll show it to y'all now. It's a big gizzard shad. So we're gonna cut this dude in half, throw him up. Guys, do y'all see that weight? That was a 6.5 foot fish. That gar was massive. Well guys, as I was trying to get some more bait, I threw one last cast into the bayou after going to try out a few ponds. With this 4-foot cast net, I just caught this carp. So I feel blessed right now because that is gonna be some great bait. Look at that fish. I usually try to let these guys go. I don't like to kill a lot of fish, but I'm kind of in a bind right now. I need some bait, so this guy will make some good bait. Pretty orange tail. All right guys, this is what we're working with. Big chunk of carp, tiny little hook, spin a couple times, go through, let's do it 2 more times. Perfect. Let's hope that catches a giant. All right guys, I'm at my pond right now. Didn't catch anything in the bayou, but I know there's gar in here, so we're gonna set out some lines and see if we can get a bite. Man. guys. We got some taking line, but judging by the way it's swimming in the cork center, I think it's a turtle. Woo! Huge soft-shell turtle. Look at that, guys.
That is the video, y'all. Lots of weird catches, carp, catfish, and 2 turtles. So definitely a mixed bag of species, and didn't get that gar I was looking for, but I was very excited to see those huge gar coming up as much as they did. And I'm definitely gonna be going back there soon. I still have that carp, I'm keeping that. I'm gonna put that on ice and keep it in the freezer until next time I go. So I'm gonna have a lot of bait. Gonna come with some different baits, try different levels of the water column and see if we can catch a big gar. I really do think the only reason I didn't catch any is because of the rain. The water was so high and it threw off the fish, and it's only March. So when it starts to get hot and it stays 90 degrees for like a week, it'll be amazing fishing. So very excited to see what I can catch in the future, the near future. And if you watch this video all the way till the end, I really appreciate you doing so. And if you haven't subscribed already, I would really appreciate that as well. And I will see you guys in the next fishing video.